Playing Bigger, Playing Beautiful, the heart-centered way, where entrepreneurship meets spirituality, explores the intersection of personal fulfillment, spiritual growth, and business success. This podcast delves into the idea that entrepreneurship isn't just about profits or growing small to medium-sized businesses. It's also about embracing purpose, meaning, and inner growth. Each episode features conversations with entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and spiritual practitioners who share their journeys of building businesses that align with their highest values and deepest callings.
I'm your host, Debbie Zeta, best-selling author, meditation guide, Australia's leading heart-centered success coach, creator of the 6 Selves model of self-inquiry, and founder of the Heart-Centered Way, dedicated to helping heart-centered humans cultivate more time, energy, money, and wisdom.
Beautiful Minna, thank you so much for being here. Can you please let the audience know what it is that you do and who you are?
Thank you, Debbie. So lovely to be here with you today. So to the listeners, my name is Minna Salmesvuo. I'm the director at Social Media Tribe. We are a full-service social media marketing agency.
You are, and you're amazing at what you do, and you're a huge part of our community as well, because you've been with us, is it 4 years that you've been connected to the Heart-Centered Way?
I think it's coming to 4.5 years now, because it was June when I started, but yes, long time now, and couldn't really imagine my life without the Heart-Centered community.
And I can say with hand on heart that I don't think we would be where we are today if it wasn't for the contribution of you and your beautiful team, because you were someone who saw us and the vision well before it was sort of out on Instagram and on online and, you know, all these little milestones, even the podcasts and things that we do. So much of that is mapped back to your belief in what this work is about. So thank you so much for everything. We adore you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. My absolute pleasure. I just feel I really connect with your purpose and what you stand for and what you want to achieve. And it's just an absolute honor to be part of that and spreading the word out into the world. So it's just, and that's how we really work in my business, is that we are so inspired by the vision of our clients like yourself. Yeah. And that's just really makes our day, because we feel that we are part of something bigger than just providing the service. We're actually making the world a better place.
So beautiful.
Our clients do.
Yeah, so beautiful. And you mentioned the word purpose. And I would love to find out, you know, when we say purpose and when you hear that word, what does that mean for you, and how do you feel that you've aligned your business with your purpose?
I don't think I can do anything that isn't meaningful. I am kind of on and off. So I really need to find that meaning in what I do. And when I do find the meaning that it is on purpose for me, then I'm able to put all my heart into it, all my being into it, and make it as good as it can be. And I think that's where really finding that purpose and aligning with what you do, that's where the magic happens. That's where the sweet spot is. It's like they say that you don't work a day when you do what you love, and that's what I really feel, that the purpose is the sign of what you love is what you're meant to be doing, and when you do exactly that, you're exactly where you're meant to be in life.
Yes, so true. Can you remind me and also share with our listeners, please, a little bit about your journey? So how did you get into social media? And I know also you've got such a beautiful heart, and you and I both work with energy. And I think, and this is where I was quite literally praying for you and your team for about 2 or 3 years. I would not let anyone near my socials. I would not even really go on socials other than the odd, intuitive hit. Oh, I have to do a live to connect with someone. But that was, that became hard as my business was growing. And you really do walk the talk. So yeah, can you share, what's the journey been? How did you get to this point in time?
I think I was always meant to be doing this. It just didn't exist early in my career. So when I studied at university, I worked with systems. So I designed information systems. I was able to program them as well. But I realized soon that the systems have no purpose if it doesn't work for people. So I really sort of shifted my focus towards people and how those systems serve people and how they align with what people need to get done. So I ended up becoming really creative in creating those systems because I made them work for people. But also, I found that I am able to understand what my clients or the people I was working for were looking for. So they sometimes aren't the best people to explain what they need. They have an idea, but then I was able to kind of find out more about it. So I could really understand what the problem was that we are solving and then solve it. And in a way, then I kept working in this way in the web marketing space, working for bigger companies as well. And then social media came along, and I had a few online businesses at the time. And I just loved how social media was able to level the playing field in marketing. So before that, you had to do print ads or TV ads or radio ads, and a lot of that was very expensive. So small business often all you can do is print your flyers and share them in the letterboxes, and those were the kind of options. And all of a sudden, you have a channel, a platform where you can connect with practically any person all over the world. And to me, that was just inspiring because now, and I still, this is the one thing that you can just think so big. Like, this is a privilege. A lot of people forget where we were before social media came along. And sometimes social media, we talk about the negative things that can happen in social media, but also there's a massive opportunity for connection all over the world between humans. And without that, we wouldn't have it. So yeah, that's just kind of where I see that the opportunity is absolutely limitless there. So coming back to my work, I started the business 14 years ago, and I still do what I did at the start. I learn more about my clients. What is the problem that need to be solved? And then I design a marketing system that solves it for them.
Yeah. And then I love also watching you grow. I can see you've got such a beautiful team of people around you. And I watch you every year, and I can see how much, you learn about yourself when you apply that to how you connect with your clients, learning about the technology and what systems and things need to be in place to make things more efficient and effective. And you have such a growth mindset. You step into every challenge. And part of that also is just so inspiring, as a colleague, as a friend, we're clients also to each other, and we're, in each other's communities and spaces. And it's just, yeah, you are someone to have in your corner. And as I've said at the start, I'm just very grateful that you're someone that I have in mind. And I know that it's mutually reciprocated. It's just beautiful. So can you tell us, Minna, what does spirituality mean to you?
I think this is something that I use different words for, but I think spirituality was something that I was looking for this in early 20s. There had to be more to life than what we can see, and that's where it kind of led to me to look for what else is there. I know there's more to this world, and I think that really has pulled a lot of questions, answered a lot of questions for me, and pulled my world view together. That there had to be more to life than just what we can see with our eyes, and I just feel in what it means in my personal life. It's that we are all connected to each other. Everything is connected, and that is also, it's a responsibility, but it's also an opportunity that we are all connected. So anything we do, it has ripple effects, and when you open up to spiritual guidance, you can find solutions faster. You can meet the right people at the right time, and I think that it just really makes it all an exciting journey.
So beautiful. And I love that you weave that into what you do, because again, you really do walk your talk. and that energy of connection and the ripple effect comes through the posts that are coming through our social media channels that are, being guided through you and your team. So there's that frequency. And I know that you and I have chatted, quite a bit about this, that, yes, of course, it's about the words and the strategy. And also it's, it's coming from that place of authenticity and that place of uniqueness for each client that you serve. And you really do take the care to sit down and work through what is that for everyone. Yeah. How do you think that we can integrate spirituality into entrepreneurship?
I think it's a lot of it is exactly like you were saying. It's everybody has their own way of integrating that. I think the spirituality lives in our hearts, and I physically think sometimes that I'm connecting with my heart when I'm really looking for answers for myself. Or there is a dilemma I need to find a solution for. I think it is understanding some of the basic sort of principles that what you give out comes back to you, and the energy you have, it will attract will attract like. And I think these are sort of basic examples of some of those principles that I do believe in, that if you do good things in the world, you add value to others, it will come back to you. It doesn't matter what industry you are in and what you are doing. And it doesn't have to come back from the same people. But also for me, I think it gives that everyday direction as well, that what is on values for me, how do I make decisions? It comes back to the values and my beliefs. And I think that it's just a richer experience in the world, being guided by something bigger than us.
Yeah, so true. And I so resonate with that. If ever we do have a day where it happens, if it's cold or we just feel a bit challenged by something, being able to come back into a place of deeper meaning and purpose, it's part of what keeps us going and keeps us resilient, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Minna, how do you cultivate inner peace while growing out of success?
I attend Debbie Zita's Monday meditation and prioritization.
You're making me blush. I'm like, where do I go from here? I don't really know what to say, but I do too, and and they're amazing. No, if I'm repeating this on my podcast to anyone sort of listening, like back to back in the next one, I hope that there's some different conversations that are being threaded through. But I so appreciate that, and part of how come that we're still here, 5 or so years on, is because that was what helped me get through some really challenging times, was connecting to my heart. And it was actually not really intended on being a business as such. It was really just that place of service and giving back, during that rough time that we all went through a number of years ago. And I'm so grateful that somehow it's managed to stay strong all these years. And it's not work, the Mondays, like I get to hang out with my girls and I get to see you all, and we start the week together and we smile and relax and touch our hearts. And it's such a simple, but yet such a profound practice.
100%. And the more I do it, the more I see how that progresses from there, from Monday. It was way for me to start the Monday on the right foot and really feel positive about the week ahead, because sometimes Mondays can be really tough after weekends. But also over the years, how it's become that space that I center myself, I plan the week, and it's less that the week happens to me. It's all I can make the week happen happen for me.
It's so true. It's like you get to just be ahead of it and just so centered and so understanding. Sometimes I'll explain it. It's almost like the scene in The Matrix. If anyone hasn't seen it, please look up the scene with the bullets coming towards the main character. But it's like you can see what's coming your way and just kind of, slowly make your way through it. Oh, there's anger, or I'm a bit triggered in my envy or jealousy or whatever it is, and then move in that different direction. Yeah, it's amazing. I want to ask you, and this question's not on our kind of questions that we were talking about discussing, but have you seen a direct link, or how can we link back the Mondays to growth in our business, or how things, move forward professionally, because sometimes it's hard for us to measure that.
Yeah. Look, I think business grows when we grow as people. It definitely is true for me. And the growth always comes from awareness. So unless we have that space where we can be first aware of where we are heading, what's holding us back, and then clearing those obstacles, um, we don't grow and the business doesn't grow. And I just, that is just something that I truly believe, that it is my growth as a person that then drives the business growth, because I'm more aware of what is holding me back, what is holding the business back, and then um, learning along the way and making better decisions, because that's what I think it is. It really is learning to make better decisions. That's where business growth comes from. If you always make the same decisions, it doesn't grow. It stays exactly the same, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You plateau, you can even go backwards.
Yeah.
And then also it starts to affect, other parts of our life as well. I know, and thank heavens we're in a time now where we're much more aware of burnout and mental health challenges and work-life balance. But, it's things like meditation that really help us to actually, be resilient. If I look back on, the last 5 years for me, and also my clients, and I go, my goodness, if I didn't have the practice, I don't know that I would have been able to come through those challenges. Some of them are really tough, and I think it's also important to speak that out to anyone who, who maybe sees people on Facebook or Insta and thinks, oh, their life is easy. And I make those calls and judgments as well, but no, it's not for anybody. Everyone is working hard and trying and hustling,
Yeah.
and resting, and they've got mentors and practices, and days where it's more challenging than other days, and days of euphoria, and it's just part of that spectrum of being human.
Yeah, and what a beautiful journey it is.
Mm.
I think that it all is beautiful, because when somehow I through that resilience, I have come to understand that no challenge is ever without the upside. No sad thing is never without the something beautiful that comes out of it. So I I think that